Okay, so this is the D4 Bipod rigging. I'll call it the Cochise rigging because it's the setup I'm going to use on our trip to Cochise that we go on tomorrow. And it's kind of in its set place, but it's really tilted up. And that's by design. So my rigging method is to tie this point in right here up to my anchor. And then I'm using a prusik here. This is a Veldotan Tress so that it releases on the taut line. And what I can do then is after it gets set up, I can pull this down until it gets just horizontal right here so we have even tension on the head of the bipod. I'm using a static line here, just a short section that will be tied off or connected to the master point of a dynamic rope up there, using the static line so that this all stays set as one unit. These lines are adjustable here. In the future we'll probably use roll locks with webbing for speed. Right now I'm just using trucker hitches and a couple slipped half hitches to tie it off. Using the trucker hitch because the extra friction makes it easy to tie. You can see as I adjust these, it really adjusts the level of the head right here. So you can see it lowers it down. So I kind of just use these to get the whole thing supported and evened out. The whole time I'm trying to keep this level, horizontal here. This point right here as well, I try to keep it vertical this way. It's a little bit too much on this side. These two are both adjustable. This one's a single. I'm just playing around with it. It's just tied with a clove hitch right here on this back one. You can see the legs I tie off on 2 points. I clove hitched this cord here. It's just 2 clove hitches with the rope in between the 2 clove hitches run through the eye of the bolt, so it won't slip anywhere. Ideally, I'll probably put another bolt in here. This one would actually face out because there is wear happening right here where, you know, that's the main point of contact with the rock a lot of times. So that bolt could be facing out or in. This bolt would be right here. Bring that off the rock and then put another bolt right there facing out and use that eye to attach this rope. Really important that you have both anchors. Sometimes I've used it with one just straight out, which does pretty well. I feel a lot more secure with the two. You know, as we do dynamic moves on the silks, this thing wants to jump around and it wants to jump up a lot. And that's the scariest moment we've had so far. Let's see, so yeah, pretty simple setup for the rigging. Let's see, this here, I just used a piece of cord, tied a loop. It's a sliding X, so even in catastrophic failure, that would not be an issue. Probably never going to be an issue. I can probably lop off a little bit more of this static cord. I left it long, just have options while rigging. Again, this is fat cord that I'm using. I just had it. It's not ideal. It doesn't take knots very well. But you can see the stability of this thing is greatly improved by this rigging like this. If I drop this down, you can see the whole thing just drops down completely. And that's where it wants to stay. It has a lot of flop. But as soon as I pull it back up, it really gets this whole thing super solid here. And when you put weight here, it's pretty good all around. Let's see if I can do this. So, you know, this inbound system really keeps the stress off the head of the bipod, and it really makes the bipod just act as a redirect, pulling the rope out. My master point that I'm creating up here is as high as I can get it, so that angle is a really small angle coming out to this. And I think it's going to work great. This is really quick to deploy. My deploy method is, you know, I'd be up a little higher, clip this into that master point, drop the assembly, which I pack a certain way. I'll make a different video for that, and it just sort of assembles itself. But with this extra rigging, it's really nice because it wants to just be part of the cliff at that, or be the right shape, as opposed to just falling down. Then I just come over, fix one side over here, come over here, fix the other side, tighten it down with that center strap, and then I can work on these lines to get them right. Attach the silks down here where this piece of marble is, and it's ready to go. So that's the D4 Bipod, Cochise rigging edition on a wintry, odd New Mexico day where it just started snowing again.